Okay, thank you very much. Mary Toce joins us in studio. Mary, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank y'all for having me.
Now, right away, all our friends in Louisiana are saying, uh-oh, she's one of ours. but you're up here in the Archdiocese of Boston. What brings you up here?
Well, you know, so I moved here a little less than a year ago to start my Master's of Divinity at Boston College School of Theology and Ministry. And I'm doing pro-life youth education on the side. So after speaking throughout New England, I guess I can officially say I'm a national speaker now, which is a really huge accomplishment for me. But honestly, you know, when people ask me why I'm here, it was God, you know. Thomas Merton, I think, said that people's virtue demands an equal adversary, and it seems like Boston is fertile ground for evangelization. So Louisiana got a little too easy because they're so pro-life and wonderful. So I'm thankful to be here.
Tell us about this great thing, Pulse Immersion Day, and if you could let us know about it.
So the Pulse Immersion Day is a day where I'm hoping to get a bunch of high school students from all across the, the New England area together, and just to teach them the nuts and the bolts and the rhetoric and the way to hold a conversation and dialogue firmly and compassionately about the issue of abortion. What I find is that the rhetoric works against us in the pro-life movement, and we tend to find ourselves backed into a corner, and we lash out, and we forget compassionate conversation, and we just go straight to defense. And I want to teach students how to be on offense and how to really hear what people are saying and how to get to the heart of the issue, which, if the unborn child is a baby, then there is no reason that abortion should be legal in our nation.
So does it come down to a conversation, and through that conversation, education?
Absolutely. Engaging American conversation. That's what I want to teach our youth, you know, how to, with the law situation that just happened in Texas, I mean, the law can do what it wants to do, but like, I'm going to help create, God through me, through us, we're going to help create a culture that doesn't demand abortion anymore. When people really think through the issue, they find that they are actually pro-life in more cases than not. And it's a little bit more of a trickier stance to be pro-choice or pro-abortion than they think it is, you know? So I want to, yes, education, conversation, helping people think through the issue is the goal.
How effective are the one-day programs? Because I'm sure you have to put a lot into it.
Yes, sir, you do. And so our ideal situation will be a weekend retreat that we'll be able to host. But for the most part, what I'm doing now is actually going into schools and giving an hour presentation, just trying to grip the hearts more than anything, and then encourage them to come to the day, and then if the demand gets high enough, we do the weekend. But they are effective because, I mean, if nothing else, it gives pro-life students more reason as to why they're pro-life, and it questions the stances that maybe they hold that aren't so pro-life. So what I've noticed is that the relief in students' eyes when they hear that you can be normal and a pro-life advocate, and it doesn't have to be bloody, and it doesn't have to be gory, it can be compassionate and loving, and we can really make a difference and help women in crisis pregnancies. And I think that's just a whole new face to the movement that the students are really starting to see.
Do you find younger people more receptive to the message too?
Oh, yes, sir, absolutely. I mean, when I pray outside of abortion clinics, I get called everything from the devil to, scum. But when I'm with my students, like, they're so open to being wrong or to considering their options or to considering the choices, and they follow truth. They follow where it leads, and they're willing to let it change their lives. And I've had one girl come up and say, how can I do what you do? And, and I told her, get a liberal arts degree, but don't tell your parents I said so, and I've had other students who push back a little bit, but they're still willing to converse with me, which is all that matters, because if their wheels are turning, their hearts can change. But they have been so receptive, a lot more so than I think I expected or anybody else has told me they would be. So.
Well, you have 2 immersion days scheduled coming up.
Right, yes, sir.
What are those, and how can people get more information?
Sure. So we've got one July 15th in Beverly. We've also got one July 23rd, actually at Boston College School of Theology and Ministry, where I go to school. If you visit www.pulsenewengland.com, all the information is there, and hopefully we can put it up on a website here, maybe, so people can find it. But, yeah. You
know what I notice is, Mary, you really enjoy what you do.
I love what I do.
Because it makes a change, too.
Yes, sir, it does. Yeah, I actually gave a talk in Vermont yesterday, and I told them, I said, nobody's going to remember me after I pass away. I said, but so help me God, there will be change. You know, so I hope to be forgotten, but the work that we're doing, one life, one woman, one student, it's so worth it.
Building blocks.
Building blocks.
They're building blocks.
Building
Well,
blocks.
thank you so much for being with us
It's a
today.
pleasure.
And you're going to school and you're working and you're doing all these things, so make sure you relax a little bit.
I'm gonna try
too.
to sleep soon.
And by the way, Kevin, did you notice we both got called sir during that interview?
I think she called you Sir more.
Probably.
That's because of your stature, Jay.
Yes. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
And